Alright, we're going to solve systems of equations. And the system of equation that we have is 3x minus 2y equals negative 6 and x plus y equals negative 2. Alright, the first way that I'm going to show you is by graphing, and by graphing we're going to change it into y equals mx plus b. So, by graphing. Wow, there is something wrong with the iPad right there. Alright, by graphing. And by graphing, it's usually best to put it into y equals mx plus b. So, let's take equation number 1. So this one is 1 and this one is 2. We take equation number 1 and we have the 3x minus 2y equals negative 6. We're going to subtract 3x, right? And we have negative 2y equals negative 3x minus 6 because it's already negative. And we're going to divide by negative 2. And then so we cross this out and we get that y equals positive 3 halves x plus 3. And then we're also going to rearrange the second one. And the second one is x plus y equals negative 2. And we're solving for the y, so we're going to get rid of the x, minus x. And we have that y equals negative x minus 2. And so we're going to graph these two. Alright, so let me just rewrite the equation so that we have them. 3 half x plus 3 and y equals negative x minus 2. And so you build your x and y axis. And over here your slope is 3 over 2. So, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, the intercept is 3, 1, 2, 3, right there, and then 3 over 2, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, so this right here, right? It's supposed to go over that one. Pretend it went through that point, okay? And then the other one has a intersection of negative 2, and it's a negative 1 slope, so 1 over 1, right? But instead we go this way. There you go. And where do they intersect? Right here. And that point happens to be negative 2, 0. So the solution is when x equals negative 2 and y equals 0. Now this works out just fine because you ended up right there. But what if your point of intersection, I don't know, it's somewhere here in between and you don't know what that value is, okay? So graphing is probably not a good way of getting your answer because it's not going to help you. Or sometimes when the lines cross, the slope is so close to each other that it's hard to tell where they cross. So then graphing is also not a very good way to solve these systems. Alright, we're going to solve another system, but this time I'm going to teach you elimination. Elimination. And the system that we're going to use is 1.5x plus 2y equals 20, and 2.5x minus 5y equals negative 25. Okay? Now, if we want to get rid of the y, and we do elimination by combining the equations, okay? But right now, if we combine these equations, we're going to get negative 3y. The only way that the y's are going to cancel is if they have the same coefficient but opposite signs. So let's say 10y minus 10y, when you combine this, then this is gone. This whole thing cancels out. And we want to accomplish something like that. So what's that common factor between 5 and 2? Common multiple? It's going to be 10. In order to get the 10, we have to think, what do I have to multiply by the top one? 5. And the bottom one, I have to multiply by 2. That's going to cause this to become a 10y, and this one to become a 10y, and this one to become a negative 10y. Alright, when you distribute this 5, you have to distribute it to both sides of the equal sign. Same thing, when we distribute this 2, we have to distribute it to everything, okay? So here we go. This becomes 5 times 1.5. 5 times 1.5 is 7.5x. 5 times 2y is plus 10y. And 5 times 20 is 100. Okay. 2 times 2.5x is 5x. 2 times negative 5y is negative 10y. And 2 times negative 25 is negative 50. And what we're going to do now is we're going to combine top and bottom, going down. We're going to combine these equations. So you combine this. 100 minus 50 is 50. Okay. These, because they're the same term, 10y minus 10y, this term is gone, and basically you'll have a 0. And then also the 7.5x plus the 5x, you get 12.5x. And so we have that 12.5x equals 50. And so since we're solving for the x, 12.5x, we divide both sides by 12.5x, and we get that x is equal to 4. But we're not done, because you have to solve for the y. And how are you going to solve for the y? Well, you have to pick one of the equations. And it doesn't really matter which one you pick. You can pick the first one, you can pick the second one. So you just go for it. 1.5x plus 2y equals 20. And you're going to plug in x equals 4. And you do your thing. 1.5 times 4 is 6. Yeah, because that's 6 plus 2y equals 20. We subtract 6 from both sides. We get that 2y equals 14. We divide by 2, and we get that y equals 7. So far we have that x equals 4 and y equals 7. This is your solution. It is one solution, which means the system is consistent and independent.